Hi everyone, so I'm going to show you the first part of sorting out this skull and corpsing it. So I've got some liquid latex and I've got some of this cotton wool pleat stuff. I'm just going to separate that into half just so it's a bit thinner. And then what I tend to do is I've got the section like this and I separate it further. I want quite thin chunks like that I can put onto the skull. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do, I've got an old brush that's got paint on it that never came off, so I'm just going to sacrifice this one. So you just need like an old brush that you're prepared to sacrifice. And I'm just going to cover that in a little base layer of latex. Now as you can see, the shape of this skull's not right, because obviously it's only a Halloween skull, so it's got a very big face and it's got a tiny like dome at the back. That needs to come out to about there probably, so I am going to have to change the shape of this, but I'll see how it looks. I might change it, I might not. I'm going to do a separate tutorial on how to improve one of these to make it look better, because I think it's going to take a lot more work than when I first looked at it. So I'm going to do a separate tutorial of that, because originally what I was going to do was corpse like half of it, then improve the other half, but it's going to take too much work for like one set of tutorials, so I'm going to change that. Okay, so I've got a base layer of latex on, and then I'm going to take my thin bits of cotton wool. I like these because it's quite big areas it covers, but it's still thin at the same time, because I don't want to put like a massive chunky layer on in one go. I'd rather put on several thin layers. I'm going to do this with my fingers, I think. So basically what you want to do is cover the entire layer of cotton wool in latex. Don't worry if it goes like stringy and stuff like that. I find that adds to the texture and the effect of it. So if it looks like a bit cobwebby at first, don't worry about it. That could be just like ripped tissue. So that's fine, it's not a problem. And basically what I'm going to do is just go over the whole thing with a thin layer of cotton, just to add like sort of rotted off flesh really. And what I tend to do is put the latex on the edges first. That keeps the piece of cotton in place, and then you can put the latex on the middle part after. And just keep going really until you've covered the skull. And if you've got little areas you want to sort of rip through the cotton to create holes and gaps and stuff, go ahead and do that as well, because that will make it look like there's holes where the flesh is ripping off and that sort of thing. Another way you can apply this is to simply dip the cotton wool in the latex first. It's a bit more messy, but it does help with sticking it on. And at the minute I'm just sort of following the shapes I can see. So obviously you'd have some sort of muscle between here and here, so I'm going to have like little bits of the cotton wool here, and then I've just sort of followed the contour of the cheekbone and the jawbone here for that bit. And I'm just going to keep adding it really, building it up. Oops, one doesn't want to stick. So what I did there is I've got, top of it had got latex on it and the bottom of it hadn't. So I'm going to start adding bits that are sort of like attached from the jawbone to the cheekbone, like that. And at the minute that's very floppy and movable, but once it's dry it will set more firm once the latex is set. You will get messy, but it all just peels off your fingers, so don't worry about it. Just make sure as well you get a latex that is skin safe, like it's low ammonia and stuff. This is really like a low ammonia one, so this is fine. So you want like a latex milk, really, like a latex milk, and you'll get it from like Halloween stores, costume shops, that sort of thing. And that'll be the one that's suitable for your skin. Because even though it's not going on your skin, you're going to be messing with it with your fingers, so you don't really want something that's going to irritate your hands or anything. Just smooth all that out. What I like about this method is it covers large areas quite quickly, which makes life a lot easier. So see, I've like dipped that piece into the latex, and now I can just spread that out, and it doesn't matter if it goes really thin in some places. That will just add to the effect of the flesh. So as you can see, it's starting to look like he's got like flesh that's all like rotting off. So it looks like that so far. And then all you do is, if you want any bits of skull showing, like I've got a bit there showing, so I'm just gonna pull at the latex a bit and make it so you can see that little bit. Maybe that's the injury that killed the zombie. Maybe that's the injury that killed him and like caused him to become a zombie in the first place. Something like that. So as you can see, I've got some torn bits there. I've got skull exposed there. Don't make it too perfect or anything though. I'll stick that bit back down. Like, don't make it too rounded or anything. Make it look all shriveled. And I've got some bits where the latex is thicker than others, but that just adds to the texture. I have added a bit to the back of the head just to make the skull a bit better shape, but it's not really worked, so I'm not going to worry too much about that, because at the end of the day he's going to be seen from the front. And then all you've got to do is not touch it till it's dry, so then everything stays in place. Because what's happened is, obviously I'm using the eyes to hold it and move it around, so I keep knocking this bit off. What I've done as well is I've changed the shape of the eyes, because on this Halloween skull they're very sort of like angled down, so it looks angry. But oops, see, I'm going to just make a mess of this. So I've tried my best to change the shape of them a bit. What I've done is I've knocked that bit, so that's got to go back down. I've just added bits of latex just to sort of change that shape, so they look more like proper eye sockets. And that's it. That's how to add the flesh. In the next video I'll show you how to paint it, and then that'll be it. So this is part 1 on how to corpse a skull. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.